Hello, everyone, and welcome to our product update webinar. My name is Ines, and I'm going to be your host for today. Today's speaker, Tadej Šetins, is a software engineer at Unitfly, and he will share all the details about the latest modules and features of Extension Kit that came out in the release of the versions 5.2 and 5.3. The webinar is being recorded, and as always, you will get the recording in a follow-up email. Before we start, I'd like to encourage you to ask any questions or leave comments in the chat, as we will have the Q&A session at the end. All right, so now we can begin with the presentation. Today, the stage is all yours.
Hi, my name is Tadej and I'm a software engineer at Unify. Welcome to the Extension Kit product update. Today we will go through the latest two versions of the Extension Kit. So we'll go through the version 5.2 and version 5.3. And at the end, we will have some time for your questions and I will try to answer on them. We will start with the Extension Kit 5.2, which was released at the end of June. This version brings two new models. The first one is extended permissions model, which allows you manipulating with the mFiles permissions on objects. You can set read, edit, or delete permissions for users or user groups. And you also have two options how you define the wanted user or user group. You can define it dynamically from some properties or statically by exactly defining the user or user group to which you want to give some access, let's say when object hits some workflow state or something like that. The next model is WordWriter. WordWriter is similar to how the Excel writer model works. So you have different actions. First one is inserting images. You can insert images to the bookmark objects in your Word document. You have various options from where you get the image you want to insert. You can set the local path to find the image, or from your source object, or from some custom vault search, which will return then the object that holds the picture you want to insert. And you can also choose between the insert behavior. You have two options. You can append images or replace it each time when the rule gets executed. The next action is inserting Excel objects. You can insert Excel sheet as a picture in your Word document, and you have option to insert it to the bookmark object. And also here you can define the path of your Excel document, or if that document is held on your source object or from some custom vault search object. And the last action is inserting mFiles property values. You have three options. The first one is inserting property values to Word table cells. The next one is inserting values to the text box objects. And the last one is inserting values to the bookmark objects. So now we will go to the new features of existing models. The first model is document processing. As you can see, we added quite a few new features to the model. You can, on the replace file action, you can keep original file name or define the new one. You can now set the merged file in merge action with dynamic expression. And we also added four new actions to the model. The first one is to delete file from object. You can delete it from the source object or from some object from the defined vault search. The next one is option to add or replace file. Here you can also add or replace file to the source object or to some object from the vault search. Next action is adding creating and adding barcodes or QR codes to your document. You can choose between different types of barcodes. And the last one is option to read barcode or the QR code based on your configuration. This last one, it works in the way that in the rule, you configure the type of your barcode and the property to which the text of the barcode will be extracted on your source object. New features in the SQL integration model are option to set static properties. So to set properties that are not based on the query result, and option to set properties on targets also. Till the version 5.2, you had two options here. You could set properties on your source object or on the object from the vault search, but now you also have new third option, which is called specify. So where you can specify multiple target objects and the property will be executed among all of them. In the reporting model, we added option to selecting background execution mode. We added to the objects which will be exported in the reporting model, we added option to search targets by reference. And we also added a new type of report, which is called advanced vault report. Why advanced? Because you can here you can not only export the objects as a table, but you can also create paragraphs, tables, and set styles based on your needs in that report. To the orchestrator model, we added support for our file-based models. File-based models are Excel Writer and Word Writer, so you can now also orchestrate rules from these two models. And in vault to vault, we added a new action which is called read. This action allows you to actually get the properties from the object in the target vault to your source vault. To the Excel reader, we added option to skip existing rows or columns. This means that when you are reading objects from some range in the Excel, you can not only update existing and create new ones, but you can also just create new ones if there is any new, but all existing will not be updated if you configure it so. And in the column or row mappings, we added new options for lookup properties. Which means that you can lookup objects can be mapped based on your configuration. So they can be based on object lookup can be based by object name or ID, external object ID, or by some specific object property. And value list lookups can be mapped based on value list item name or item ID or external ID. And we also added support to extract multiple objects from horizontal arrange table. To the word reader, we also added multiple map by options for lookup properties in word mappings. So this feature is actually the same one as the map by options for lookup properties in the Excel reader. So you can also map value lists or lookup or object lookups by name, ID, and so on. And the last feature in the version 5.2 is adding support for OAuth for Office 365 accounts. So now you can, in email notifications and reporting model, you can set your mail server with the options of OAuth authentication, not only user-based like it was till now. Okay, so the next version is 5.3. This version was released just last week, so it's the newest, and we will go also through the features from that version. To the SQL integration model, we added option to select from where our values get for the dynamic queries and parameters in SQL settings. So you can choose between source, vault search, or specify search. And we also added that the connection string is actually extracted to separate configuration for each option. So you can choose if you want single line connection string like it was in the versions still that one, or you can separately set data source, catalog, user ID, and password. This feature is actually mostly needed for the cloud users of the extension kit. To the HTTP integration, we added new option in save files. When you have selected to update the file if already exists, then you can leave the file name empty and it will automatically try to update the first file on the object. We also added option to convert objects to single file when you are saving some files, and of course this object will be converted to single file only if it contains only one file. And to set properties, we also added option to set static properties, which are based on a response. So you can set some properties that are not returned in your HTTP response, like setting some workflow state or any other property based on the response. Let's say if the response is success, then you can proceed with this object in your workflow, or if there was some error in the HTTP request, then you can, I don't know, like let's say set the workflow state to some retry or something like that state, which will try to repeat the whole action once again. In the reporting, we added option to the Excel settings, which is called convert numeric data. In the word writer, we added one new action, which is called insert tables. So basically, you can configure the vault search, which will return you one or more objects, and then you just set properties that you want to extract from that objects, and they will be inserted as a table into the Word document. And in the document processing, we added new action, which is called add blank page. This feature allows you to add a blank page to Word or PDF documents, and you can add blank page to the start of the document or to the end as a last page. Okay, thank you for your attention. These are all features that were added in our latest two versions, and now we have some time for your questions if you have any, and I will try to answer on them. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Tadej, for your presentation. We are now ready for the Q&A session. We have some questions already. So I would like to invite Tadej again here. Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Yes.
I will read out the question and then you can answer it.
Okay.
So the question is, do you have functionality to add electronic signature or seal to the PDF file in compliance with eIDAS?
No, we don't have that yet, but I believe that you already sent to us this, and we've been discussing it, and we will probably try to add it in the future releases. But currently, no, we don't have that supported.
Okay, thank you for your answer. This is the only question so far. So while we're waiting for another question, I would like to just say that the latest version of Extension Kit is available in the Download Center on our website. And we have another question. So thanks. Would you be able to demonstrate some of the functionality on documents, especially the barcode functionality you discussed?
At the moment, I actually don't have a set use case, but I can only explain you a bit how it works. But if you have any further questions, please reach us out on community or through our support mails or something, and we will help you with that. Basically, the functionality works that you can choose between different barcode types like EN, QR code, and others. And actually, you need to have some text or something on the property on the object, which will trigger that rule, and then actually is barcode or QR code is generated from that text that is held on the property in the vault. Basically, that's it. So this is the action in the document processing. You need to have configure some workflow, and when workflow hits some state, then this rule will be triggered and the barcode will be generated in the document.
All right, thank you. You have a comment. Brilliant, thanks. And no questions so far. So I would like to take this opportunity to just tell you that after the webinar, you will be redirected to a short survey. So please, if you could take a few moments of your time to give us your feedback on this webinar, that would be great and really helpful to us. If there are no more questions, we can end this webinar, but if you have any questions anytime or need any help, you can always contact us. All right, and we have another question. Would it be possible to have multiple values in a property and write to a table with WordWriter?
Yeah, you can do that. I suppose you mean like a multi-select property or something, and you want to insert all items. You can do that, yes.
Okay. All right, we can wait a little bit if another question appears, but if not, as I said, you will get the recording in a follow-up email as always, and you can always contact us via email, and that's it. All right, so we can finish. Thank you all for joining us today. Thank you all for your attention. Thank you, Tadej, for your presentation. Enjoy the rest of your day. And until next time, goodbye.
Bye.